And then when the Africans come, they chastise them for being late and say, oh, the meeting has ended, you just tackle them. That is how Britain, look, I'm not kidding. That is how we conquer Africa. And I have seen that play out in the corporate world. So I found out I had a brutal time working in MTN and working in Ericsson. I had to plant in high level of the rest of the and I thought people would appreciate it. I thought they would like, when an African is great. No, they don't. Because they don't come here to play. They came here to take over. But here I was ready to take over the job of my manager. So I was fighting a long battle. The senior guys, the CEOs like me. But then the guys that I was reporting to directly did not like me because here I was ready for manager. And of course, they didn't want to go back to their country. The other people were inclusion. In fact, when I got to Tanzania, it was clear in my face. First day I got it, sat down in the meeting. The young guy comes up, chief technical officer, Jerome was 30, was from Belgium. Jerome looked at me and he said, actually, you're not able to roll out. I said, is that a threat? He said, no, it's not a threat, right? I see my CV, I see what I've done in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Uganda, in Malaysia. But here in Tanzania, I won't be able to do anything. I calmed down and I said, why do you say so? He said, yeah, it's East Tanzania, they don't do it. Can't get them to think that. Jerome will earn your salary from Tanzania. If there's no Tanzania, you're not earning this money. And that's what people need to do money they're making. And yet you have this same thing about Tanzania. So I made a point. I said, I'm going to make sure that I replace every single foreigner with a Tanzanian. I have that power. And so I started. And when I started, the topic was a joke. I started to remove every single foreigner. So I got in Kenya. So Tanzania is unfortunate, or has the unfortunate position where in your primary school you only learn Swahili and you learn in Swahili. It's only in secondary school that you're now introduced to English. So they may be brilliant engineers, brilliant doctors, but they cannot express themselves in the language of technology, which is English. And so I started for the coup, for the military. Started to replace foreigners, first to Kenyans, and then I got fresh people out of the university. You don't see them coming, and this is a strategy of war. All war is deception. Please, right? All war is deception. When you are fighting war. I started to replace them. People who were earning $8,000 a month. I remember there was one lady, Doreen. I did not hate Doreen, it was Filipino. But I was wondering why would I pay Doreen $8,000? $9,000 a month. Why would I pay her $9,000? I had to pay this guy fresh out of school $150. And so I called them for the meeting. Three of them, I warned them. I said, do you know how to use AutoCAD? They said, no. I said, you have to use. Learn AutoCAD or you're out. They all learned AutoCAD. Doreen went on leave. I did not renew the contract for Doreen to come back. Long thing to that. But I wasn't happy with the fact that Doreen had a 6-month-old baby that she had left in her husband at home. I said, tell her, kind of money I can give you for that. Okay, bring your baby to me and come and stay here. He said, no, she can't. But I didn't really know how to do that. My boss called me, how we do this work? I said, well, this is Tanzania that this work already. If I go back to Tanzania, in fact, they're giving me a title in Tanzania now. It's a Mkutu Wisike, giving the sphere of the nation. I'm not kidding. But there was no Tanzanian contractor that was doing work about $1 million, no, $500,000. I looked at that out. I cleaned out all the work contractors. I thought Tanzanian contractors. I said, where is it? I provided the resources for them. What in Kenyans, what in them, and then for the first time, the Tanzanian company won contractor of the year in East Africa. Over $50 million. It couldn't have happened anywhere. British have got the means and they will keep telling you that
I don't know any of them. I don't know anything.
This is one advantage we have as a Nigerian, that we have a certain spirit. I don't know where it comes from, Uganda Nigeria in particular, there are not enough white people in Nigeria. If you go to any other African country, go to Cotonou, white people walk all over the streets. Ghana, same thing. It's only in Nigeria that you can count the number of foreigners. It's not that we are welcome. We are welcome because we are too smart. They really don't like it. I see people come up with things, oh, I invented this, and then somebody comes on BBC and says, oh, wow, we're giving you a grant, you are dead. You are finished. That's the end. The product is going nowhere. At best, you just be a beneficiary of a grant, and that's what it is. You will never be $1 Yes, that's what we are set up for. Read about Michelin, the guys who make it tired to the French. It changed the whole world of transportation by making airfield tires. It changed the whole world. It changed France. It made France a superpower. Yet, you invent something, you're quick to now present it in front of investors, foreign investors. Oh, I've invented this. They give you $50,000. You're happy. You're still the best, right? This is your situation. So, anyway, let me round up. So there are 4 areas that you need to take note of: military, civic, commerce, and science. These 4 aspects need to be developed. If I am the head of state, I will immediately start to develop all the border towns in Nigeria. This is strategy. You need to have an overwhelming influence on your neighboring countries. And interestingly, in the 70s, under the military regime, this is exactly what it is. So if you go to Lagos, all the cities near the borders were being developed. And then somebody stupidly thought that General Mobolaji Johnson, the Brigadier General who became chairman of the Federal, they thought that he was doing it for ulterior motives. No, he was building all that infrastructure, trade fair, first time, administrative staff college, close to the Seven border, so that Nigeria will have an overwhelming influence on the Republic. That Benin will, if in name they are not Nigerian, in influence we have taken over Benin. That's the only way you're going to solve your problem of insurgency for those cities. You are going to build mega cities just by those borders, all our those areas. You're going to build mega cities in Cross River State. You will solve your piracy problems yourself. Have mega ships that down any piracy ship. You have to be deliberate. And then your foreign embassies, they're nothing. They're terrorists, you walk in there, nothing is happening. Yet, these are places where there's a lot of cultural activity. Nigerian food sells well. I have a restaurant, I still have a restaurant. I have a restaurant in Tanzania because I understood that Nigerian food is in high demand all around the world. But yet, it is not a national strategy. Nigerian food, this campaign, there's a Tanzanian who worked for 2 years. She came back 6 Nigerian tables, Tanzania. She built a mansion. I told her, I said, I was just so. She said, it is. Your campaign is of great value to other countries. Of great value. Of course, you know your movies, but have you harnessed any of these things? And then, lastly, please, you cannot allow race off. There is no country that will move forward without a military mindset. I know you have NYSC, but I am a proponent that NYSC should be further militarized. There is no country that achieves superpower status without the deliberate militarization of their people. Somebody will argue smartly and say, no, but the United States never had such a policy of Britain. No, they were at war. So there were times where 60% of the population were soldiers. That is why those countries have developed. This is why China has developed and is pride of the whole world. Because China has a great policy that keeps everybody in check. It's like a military state. Same thing as Russia. Africa, you know. So this is what we need to do. Please, it's raining this morning. I was here at 10 o'clock. It's raining, must stop you. You cannot. If that rain stops you, you are going nowhere. Nowhere. That was just rain. It wasn't a hurricane. It wasn't a thunderstorm. I am not a motivational. I'm not going to tell you that things will be well. No, all of you here This is not where we want to be, gentlemen. Until we change this mindset and have this military mindset, I want to conquer people. I don't know if I can say this on camera, but that's what I want to do. I'm not just trying to read it as a discipline. That's my own mindset. I'm not colonize people that colonize me. Thank you.
Okay, so before we move forward, we have some dignified person in our midst, and it will not be nice for us to move forward without appreciating them, right? Right? Their presence means a lot to us. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Okay. Okay. First off, we're going to be appreciating one of our guest speaker. He is a Nigerian entrepreneur, a researcher, and an innovation strategist. Impressive, I know. He's passionate about building scalable solutions for Africa's most pressing challenges. If you're passionate about building scalable solutions for Africa's most pressing challenges, I think you should give me a round of applause. You have somebody on your platform. He's co-founder and CEO of Binary Limited, a software implementation and education technology company helping institutions across Africa leverage technology for growth and impact. Please a round of applause. Most interestingly, he is one of our own, an alumni of FUC Mina, and is a banana a strong portfolio in research, emerging technologies such as blockchain, artificial intelligence, and digital systems. He has led initiatives at the intersection of youth empowerment, digital transformation, and system innovation. He is committed to developing sustainable, Africa-centered solutions and mentoring the next generation of visionaries. Can you please read the standard of innovation? Welcome, Mr. Samuel Adeniyi. Alright, before we sit down, we have other dignified guests, and we have representing the SUG president today, the SUG VP, Mr. Mustafa Wasim Aboro. Alright, you can have your seat. Alright, so coming up on stage next is poetry. Who likes poetry here? Who likes spoken word? I'm only seeing ladies, men. People don't like us. I don't understand. Who likes poetry here? Only ladies, raise your hand. Who likes poetry here? Everybody's trying to raise your hand. It's not simply, you know. I'm not calling you up, no this. Anyways, moving forward, we're inviting on stage Mr. Ashafa Damala for his spoken word.
Hello. Before I begin, I want to say this is not entertainment. This is a call to every young lion in this world who is tired of watching tourists sit empty while jokers play games. It's even strategy. But what is strategy without sacrifice? What is a picture without fighters? We are not here to clap. We are here to give. So if you came for comfort, I'm sorry, because this peace will disturb you. And that is exactly the point. Just clap for me. Just smile and say it. If this poem ends and still do nothing, then I have failed. This is not hard. This is war. They told us, be patient, your time will come. But what do you tell a continent that has been a label for 60 years and still hasn't given birth? Africa, our supposed motherland. She is but a wounded girl, nursed by mothers, raised by warriors, abandoned by the ones who squad to protect her. We bleed from open borders and closed minds. We told on power cuts and political fraud. We drink promises like palm wine, but wake up with hunger every time. How do you build a future when the president is always on strike? You see, I didn't write this with ink. I wrote it with hunger, with every lecture that never had light, with every youth who died full of dreams but empty of. Yet, still, we rise from the streets of Nairobi, slums of worry. We gold with no laptops, we farm with no land, we dream with no sleep. We are the ones who turn pain into process. We are not your problem. We are your power. So volunteer that skill. Start that idea. Don't just trend, transform. You think you are just a student? No. You are the seed of a new system. If they won't give us space, we will build our own system. Pastors will touch, we light the fire from our chest. This is not motivation. This is a warning. Africa will not rise by chance. It will rise because we refuse to fall. So don't clap for me. Rise with me. And if you are still breathing, then Africa is still waiting.
A humongous round of applause for him again. All right then. Moving forward, we will be going into question and answer segment. I know we all listen to Mr. Akin, right? Some people want us to not move. We should stay stagnant. Okay. I know we all listen to Mr. Akin, right? Good. Good. So I'm very sure we have questions. We have questions. So please, if you have a question, can you just signify by putting up your hand? We'll bring the mic to you. Or if you cannot talk, send a paper to any of the ushers. Ushers, please stand. You have a question. I need a second mic. The man in the cap. Look at the end.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Enoch Olabi. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. You have taught us about the acts of war. And we as Africans, I think we lack that mentality of like fighting outside and just the world is at peace. So in the last part, we talked about reselling our innovation skill to foreigners. So just in a kind of country like Africa, I don't think the government supports. There's not really that support for us to say, okay, this is what students have. Students have these ideas. This is the ideas that we have. They want to bring it. Because if you look at even the most technologies that are coming up now, most of them, the background is from Africa. But since we have gone outside and other countries, they see the potential of these things and they take it. When they take it, it has become their own. So now, in a kind of country like Nigeria, the government is not supporting and there are lack of resources. How do we try?
So president is who is the government?
Sir?
Who is the government? Of course, there's the formal government, but you keep waiting mindset. I was talking about travel. I said in South Africa, go to South Africa, Johannesburg is in South Africa. If the traffic lights don't work, they call them robots there, or there is no policeman, there will still be no traffic. Because the South Africans understand, now there's a system where you're in traffic, you're at a junction. In Nigeria, cars coming from this side, this side, this side, yeah, that's chaos. Nigeria. But in South Africa, everybody understands that once you have a junction, this car, one car will pass from here, one car will pass from here, one car will pass from here, one car will pass from here. And that cycle goes on. Nobody needs to stand and direct traffic. Everybody understands. It is a junction of, where only two directions are possible. One car goes, one car goes. How did they develop it? Was it the government to develop it? I don't think so. And if it was the government, well, great. But a lot of development you will see is by people who are simply bold enough to stand up and say, this is okay. And that person then becomes someone who plays the government. Yeah. So if you keep waiting, and this is the travesty of Africa. We really do not have many leaders. Everybody's waiting to become president or governor. You don't need to. I talked about Michelin. How people look tired. And the interesting thing with Michelin, let's think about it, they were friends. The interesting thing with Michelin is that the technology that they introduced in 1897 is the same technology we use today. Before that, we used to drive wooden cars with carriages with wooden tires, bicycles with wooden tires, or full rubber. It will take the whole day to change a bicycle tire in one plant. They came with the concept of air-fuel tires. The president went to visit them at an exhibition and congratulated them. When they got there, do you think they had government support? Their grandfather's factory had run down, and they said, what can we do with this factory? And that's how they started to produce these tires. Was there a foreign investor that came to them?
Thank you very much, sir. Any other person? Someone is putting up his hand there. Give it to him first.
All right, thanks to Speaker Leadership's decision. My name is Abgeni Bashir, primary level student of Chemical Engineering Department. I have two questions for you, sir. My first question is, you made mention of how some countries like China have more power than other countries. And you pinpoint why NYSA should be more militarized. Don't you think going back to military regime, because we are not in military regime again, don't you think going back to military regime would be more better?
Yeah.
That's the first question. The second one is about the overwork our African people do outside the country. Like if their boss give them a particular work from 8 to 5 p.m. and he or she is asked to do overwork, you quickly accept. So for this kind of situation, don't you think these people are aware of the rate of unemployment in Africa, especially Nigeria, is high? Or most people don't take, because most people in Nigeria, if they give them work, they don't take necessary things, necessary action to their work in Nigeria. So if they now get opportunity to work in other countries and they are giving, they're willing to do it because they know if they come back to Nigeria, the rate of unemployment is high. And probably they might not get another job again. Don't you think it's because of that they're actually working or they have the spirit in them naturally? Thank you, sir.
Military regimes, we go back to military regimes. Like
No.
what I said that we should not, because now that outsourcing that getting again this aspect of a society, you are leaving it in responsibility in the hands of soldiers. No, soldiers are meant to go to war. And even in the countries with the largest armies, I think the largest population of the army will be about 1.2%. It's barely about 1.2%. You have maybe 0.2%. 0.6%. Soldiers are meant to go go in for aggression. That does not mean that the country should not be militarized to a certain level. How many soldiers do you need to man protect your home? Do we employ enough soldiers to protect everybody in their home? No. You are responsible for your home security first. That is what makes security effective. Not waiting for police. Please, I don't know who plays this. There's a game I play, Rise of Nations. Please, you don't play Rise of Nations. I'm sorry. You are playing the wrong games. I can see you play FIFA and all this. Please play with Rise of Nations. And I can tell you this is exactly the strategy that Bill Gates is employing in conquering the world. Because it's a Microsoft game. It's the loveless game. One thing is that it's an old game. I started playing Rise of Nations in 1990, what was it, about 1999 or so. Back then. And it is still relevant. They have not upgraded that game. They don't need to. You need to have militias. Where are they coming to this game? So the rest of the militia you can have is NYC. How are you going to protect 200 and something million people? To protect them effectively, you cannot protect them with 100 and something thousand soldiers. 100,000 soldiers cannot protect 240, 250 million people. So we're joking. So you need almost every youth to have a military mindset, not a military regime. Because a military regime then doesn't pay attention to civics. I don't think you have a Senate. Science and technology, maybe they'll pay some attention to it. Maybe. Commerce, a military man is not by nature a trained person. He's not going there to negotiate for you shut down borders. All airports closed. All borders closed. This is military style. It's the action government. Anyway, I think it's money. But this is doing well. So no, you do not need a military regime. And the military is not a part of it. It's just that the one African country that has not had a coup is Tanzania. Tanzania is my country of choice. Everybody speaks the same language. All around. This is one thing that is doing us in. I don't know what's happening now enforcing everybody speaking one language in Nigeria. Just speak the language, everybody speaks it. Everybody speaks Swahili in Tanzania. Not everybody
speaks pidgin
is from the same
in Nigeria. So that's all.
So Tanzania is like a militarized society. You cannot see in Tanzania and get away. You cannot. You just they'll just do it for you. You travel 30 kilometers, you catch it. It's in Nigeria, and on the aspect of, maybe because we do too little here. No, in Nigeria we work too much. I traveled to a country, Nigeria. I wanted to open a bank account. I called the guy, what's his name? Emeka. I said, Emeka, I got a number from the embassy, I want to open a bank account. This was about 1:30 in the afternoon. He said, okay, where am I? I said, please. He said, I won't be able to make it to the bank on time. I said, why? This is just 1:30. He said, yeah, I was close before I get there. I said, it can't be so far. He said, okay, close at 2 o'clock. I said, close at maybe operational there. He said, everybody closes at 2 o'clock. I laughed. I said, I'm sure you don't miss Nigeria. He said, he's not coming back to Nigeria. GTB. He said, where people close at 10 o'clock. A friend of mine was emptying UBA Tanzania. He got in on the Wednesday, observed, so everybody closes at 5 on the dot. Thursday, same thing. Friday, he sent out 11. And nobody closes before him. Or else, you can't take it and resign. Monday morning, he resumed everybody's resignation letter was on the first. They told me, they said, we know you are coming from Nigeria. Before my name was Nigeria. Please don't do your Nigerian madness here. We us to work till 5. 1 minute past 5, we have no business here. You will not try to make it. You try to stay till 11, you are there. I have a friend, one of my mentees, I mentored him on project management. I asked him how is his work in London going. He said, okay, I want to show myself. He went to show them that he can walk. The factory projects are doing. Meanwhile in Nigeria,